especially when I don't really know. I'm quite. I like to make jokes, banters, and.
What if I told you one of the Premier League's most explosive forwards once came from a tiny town in France and wasn't even sure he'd make it? Today, we dive into the life of Bryan Mbeumo, born on August 7th, 1999, in the quiet commune of Avallon, France, a world away from the roaring stadiums he dominates today. From weaving through defenders at Troyes Academy at just 14, to becoming one of Brentford's deadliest attackers, and later sealing a massive move to Manchester United, his journey has been anything but ordinary. And then there's the twist. Though he represented France at youth level, Bryan shocked many when he chose to honor his roots and play for Cameroon, stepping onto the world stage at AFCON and the 2022 World Cup. This is the story of the kid who left a small town to become a star the whole world is talking about. Let's get into it. In the quiet, stone-lined town of Avallon, nestled in Burgundy like a secret folded into the French countryside, a boy named Bryan Mbeumo began a journey no one could have foreseen. Born on August 7th, 1999, he entered a home stitched together from two rich worlds. His mother, Angélique Gouge, deeply French in spirit, and his father, a reserved man of Cameroonian heritage, whose presence shaped Bryan's identity as naturally as sunlight shapes a growing leaf. He wasn't alone in this story. Beside him grew his older sister, Maeva Gouge, whose heart leaned toward care rather than competition. While Bryan chased the ball with burning purpose, Maeva followed a gentler path and eventually became a nurse. Yet their dreams, different as night and dawn, stayed bound by a fierce sibling loyalty. She remained the steady voice cheering him on from the edges of his earliest ambitions. Their home was modest, but warm, a place where encouragement and discipline settled into the air like familiar music. There was no glamour, only intention. And under his mother's unwavering guidance, Bryan's love for football grew not from spectacle, but from repetition, routine, and heart. By 6, Bryan had already claimed the pitch as his sanctuary. At CO Avallon, he played with a focus far beyond his years, small in size, but brimming with spirit. Like a spark determined to ignite, he trained until the light thinned into dusk. A boy who instinctively understood what his dreams demanded, Avallon moved gently around him. Narrow lanes, quiet rooftops, neighbors greeting each other like characters in a familiar tale. But beneath that calm surface, Bryan felt a different rhythm, a restless beat urging him towards something bigger than the town's soft embrace. Bryan Mbeumo didn't burst into professional football with noise or spotlight. His rise began quietly, like a small spark catching just enough wind to glow. His journey took shape at Estac Troyes, the place where the kid from Avallon started transforming raw talent into something sharper. At Troyes, he pushed himself from a hopeful academy player into a dependable first-team regular, fueled by a determination that simmered beneath the surface, almost like a volcano waiting for its moment. Everything shifted in 2018. That year, Bryan and Troyes' U19 squad lifted the Coupe Gambardella, France's prized youth cup. It felt less like a victory and more like a flare fired into the sky, announcing the arrival of a winger whose mix of precision and fire couldn't be ignored. But Bryan wasn't one to get comfortable. In August 2019, he crossed into England to join Brentford FC, a club built on bold ideas and data-driven ambition. There, in the demanding chaos of the championship, his talent grew louder. Match after match, he became a key part of Brentford's attack, pressing relentlessly, breaking forward with menace, and playing with the edge of someone who knew he belonged on a bigger stage. His defining moment with the Bees arrived on May 29th, 2021. Brentford beat Swansea City and finally earned promotion to the Premier League after 74 long years. Bryan was at the heart of that run, scoring, assisting, and refusing to fade when the pressure rose. It wasn't a trophy, but it was every bit as meaningful, a triumph carved as deeply as any medal could be. As his club career surged forward, his international path opened too. Although shaped in France's youth system, Bryan chose to honor his father's Cameroonian roots. In 2022, he stepped into the World Cup, wearing the colors of the indomitable Lions. Under the global spotlight, he carried far more than just a jersey. He carried heritage, family, and the quiet grit that had pushed him this far. Then came the kind of moment every rising player imagines. In July 2025, Manchester United came calling with a major move. Bryan walked into Old Trafford not as a gamble, but as an established threat, shaped by fight, not flash. Recognition followed almost instantly. His performances lit up the Premier League, earning him Player of the Week honours in October 2025 and a spot in Alan Shearer's Team of the Week, high praise from a legend known for his own ruthless finishing. That same month, the league itself took notice. Bryan was nominated for Premier League Player of the Month after a scorching run of goals and an assist that left defenders scrambling behind him. It wasn't just recognition, it was confirmation that his star had climbed into the league's upper sky. And even with everything he's accomplished, the Youth Cup, the World Cup stage, the Premier League honours, Bryan's story doesn't feel close to done. From Troyes to Brentford, from Cameroon's badge to Manchester United's crest, one thing has always been true. Bryan Mbeumo doesn't wait for greatness. He chases it, the way fire chases oxygen. And the way his journey keeps rising, one thing is unmistakable. His flame is nowhere near its peak. Let's slip away from the roaring stadium and into the softer shadows, the places where the cheers fade and things get a little more personal. For all the miles Bryan Mbeumo has travelled, across leagues, countries, and global stages, he's mastered something rare in modern football: quiet. Off the pitch, he guards his private life like a locked diary pressed close to his chest, revealing only what he chooses. His game may be bold, but his personal world stays hidden between the lines. Despite his rise in the Premier League spotlight, Bryan has kept everyone guessing when it comes to romance. Reports consistently show no confirmed girlfriend and no public partner, as he avoids the glare that comes with sharing a love life online. He has never introduced anyone, never hinted at a relationship, and prefers to leave whispers unanswered. Where some players proudly showcase their partners on Instagram, Bryan takes the opposite route. His pages focus almost entirely on football, leaving fans with nothing but silence and speculation. Even journalists searching for clues often find themselves chasing shadows. It seems clear that for now, football is the only love story he's willing to make public. As things stand, Bryan is single, unmarried, and not linked to anyone. Whether it's discipline, personality, or preference, he lives with a calm intentionality, steady and focused, like a player who knows exactly where he wants the ball to land. And now, let's step away from the pitch and look at a different scoreboard. The one measured not in goals, but in pounds and power. Because behind Bryan Mbeumo's rise as a football star lies another story quietly unfolding: the story of his wealth. When Bryan Mbeumo began climbing the football ladder, he wasn't just shaping a career, he was building the foundation of a fortune. That fortune took a dramatic leap in 2025, when he signed with Manchester United, a move that didn't just elevate his name but transformed his financial reality. At United, Bryan earns a staggering £150,000 per week, totaling £7.8 million a year, placing him firmly among the Premier League's high earners. His contract, which stretches through June 2030, is sweetened with performance bonuses that reward every goal and every decisive moment he delivers. But this financial rise didn't start at Old Trafford. At Brentford, Bryan's salary grew steadily, from roughly £1 million per year up to more than £2.34 million per season before his departure. By the time he signed for United, he had already accumulated over £9.9 million in total career earnings. All of this fed directly into his growing net worth. By the end of 2025, estimates placed his wealth between £12 million, a modest calculation based on assets and salary, and £21.7 million, a figure reflecting peak valuation and accumulated income. Whether you take the lower or higher estimate, the result is the same. Bryan Mbeumo has stepped into the realm of Premier League millionaires. Yet what makes his financial journey so intriguing is its silence. Unlike many modern players who launch clothing brands, attach their names to restaurants, or invest loudly in tech startups, Bryan keeps his off-field world almost sealed. As far as verified records show, he has no public business ventures, no confirmed investments, and no personal brands tied to his name. He lets his football money work for him quietly through salaries, bonuses, and sponsorship-related earnings. This approach reflects who he is: disciplined, grounded, and intentional. His wealth grows the same way he plays, not with flash, but with consistency, building season after season like embers rising into a steady, controlled flame. And with years left on a lucrative contract at one of the biggest clubs in world football, that flame is only getting brighter. Bryan Mbeumo's story is more than an athletic rise. It's the story of a young man turning talent into long-term financial power, quietly, steadily, and entirely on his own terms. And now, let's slip past the fame, beyond the contracts and cameras, into the private corners most footballers proudly flaunt, but Bryan Mbeumo keeps sealed shut. We're stepping into the world of mansions and luxury homes, or, in his case, the mystery of what he refuses to reveal. For many stars, mansions are trophies, grand monuments of marble and glass, built to be admired. But Bryan walks a different path. Despite earning millions, he keeps his living spaces out of sight, like treasures locked in a vault only he knows exists. Public records, financial reports, and lifestyle profiles show no confirmed mansions, no luxury estates, and no documented property purchases tied to his name. Even detailed breakdowns of his career earnings and assets make no mention of real estate investments. And that silence is surprising, because if anyone can afford luxury, it's Bryan. By 2026, his net worth sat somewhere between £12 million and £21.7 million, depending on who you ask, with his Manchester United contract paying him £150,000 a week, or £7.8 million a year. He has the spending power to purchase nearly any home he desires. Yet instead of showcasing a mansion in Manchester or a villa tucked away in France, Bryan remains a ghost on the real estate map. No listings, no leaked photos, no prices to speculate on, nothing. Even lifestyle features that explore cars, habits, and luxuries paint the same picture. He lives modestly, choosing focus over flash. One profile even highlighted how deliberately low-key he is, avoiding extravagance in favor of privacy, like someone who'd rather blend into the background than stand beneath a chandelier. So if Bryan owns a high-end home, he's hidden it well. If he's invested in real estate, he's kept it completely under wraps. And if a mansion exists somewhere in his world, well, the world hasn't caught a glimpse. Perhaps that's intentional. While other stars build mansions to be seen, Bryan Mbeumo builds a life meant to stay unseen, quiet, disciplined, and entirely his own, until he chooses to open that door. Any mansion he owns, real or rumored, remains part of the enduring mystery surrounding one of football's most private rising stars. And now, let's slip out of homes and follow Bryan Mbeumo into a different kind of arena, one where engines growl, leather gleams, and luxury glides on four wheels. For a player whose explosiveness defines him, it's only fitting that his cars mirror that same electricity. Bryan may guard his private life closely, but fans have gotten glimpses of his taste for machines built with both beauty and bite, vehicles that move with the same confidence he brings to the pitch. One of the first beasts in his collection is the Mercedes-Benz GLE Coupe, a blend of muscle and elegance. Its sculpted frame and sloping roofline give it the stance of a predator ready to spring. Like a panther frozen mid-pounce, the 2025 GLE Coupe, starting at $77,550, offers him a luxury ride that balances power with polish. But things heat up even more with his most fiery machine. The crown of his garage is the Lamborghini Urus, one of the world's most aggressive SUVs, a raging bull dressed in Italian. Then there's the Range Rover Sport, a favorite among football icons. Bryan's choice leans toward this model for its seamless blend of durability and luxury. The 2025 Range Rover Sport starts at $83,700 and climbs to $180,700, offering a ride that slips through city streets quietly, yet carries the strength for rugged escapes. Perfect for someone who lives between spotlight and solitude. And now, let's step past the showrooms and deeds to the quieter indulgences, the places Bryan spends for peace, focus, and play. When the noise dies, he spoils himself with music. Think a pro-grade upright like a Yamaha U1, the studio workhorse many pianists swear by, running about $10,000 to $12,000 new. Used examples sit lower. or a high-end stage board like the Nord Stage 4 88 key at roughly $5,999 for touring-grade sound and feel. Keys that sing like velvet under floodlights. For brain burn over bling, he feeds his chess habit. Premium Staunton sets range from $699 to $1,339, from luxury combos to limited commemoratives, while smart e-boards like the D, G, T Pegasus ring in near $439, with higher-end D, G, T woodboards, €295 to €715. Strategy toys as precise as his runs in behind. And when it's time to unplug by plugging in, he levels up gaming. A PlayStation 5 now lists at $499.99. Digital, $549.99. Disc, $749.99. Pro. An Xbox Series X sits at $649.99. Prices that turn a quiet night into stadium roar escapism. Pair that with a flagship mechanical keyboard, the kind streamers love, where top boards often run $300 to $600 plus, the Corsair K100 tier, because even downtime can demand lightning-fast, match-winning clicks. In short, Bryan's splurges whisper, they don't shout. Concert-ready keys, tournament-grade chess, and elite gaming rigs, investments in calm, craft, and competitive edge. Bryan Mbeumo has kept a relatively clean reputation throughout his career, but a few moments have stirred up real controversy around his name. His biggest flashpoint came in August 2025, shortly after joining Manchester United. In back-to-back Premier League matches, he found himself under scrutiny by the PGMOL after two physical collisions, first catching Martin Zubimendi against Arsenal, then striking Calvin Bassey in the eye with a flailing arm against Fulham. Though both incidents were ruled accidental, former PGMOL chief Keith Hackett warned that Mbeumo had slipped onto officials' radar, gaining a reputation for using his arms aggressively in duels. Then came the controversy that echoed across the continent. AFCON 2025. During Cameroon's quarter-final against Morocco, Mbeumo went down in the box after contact with Adam Messina, only for the referee to deny the penalty. After Cameroon's elimination, he publicly blasted the decision, insisting the foul was very, very clear, sparking a heated debate among fans, pundits, and analysts. The moment became one of the tournament's most contested officiating calls. These incidents, one rooted in physical play, the other in officiating drama, marked the rare occasions where Bryan Mbeumo found himself at the center of football's storm. And that's a glimpse into Bryan Mbeumo's luxury life. Quiet, refined, and always on his own terms. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.